Hello my darlings, hope you're all doing well. Blessed Lily here, and welcome to this reading where we're going to be taking a look at what the time has come for you to experience, to know, to find out, to finish. Either way, you're seeing this for a reason. I got 3 lovely options for you today. This is option number 1 over here with this image, option number 2, and option number 3. See which one or which ones you're mostly drawn to. Don't overthink it, and let's go ahead and begin. My amazing option number 1, hi, welcome to your reading. I'm going to put you over here. Get comfy, say your name out loud or in your head. Helps you connect to the energies of the reading a little bit better. Let's find out what the time has come for you to know, to feel, to experience, to find out. Okay, so this is brilliant. It kind of feels like there's a lot of love that's coming your way, my darlings. Straight away, they're telling me that certain situations that you have been dealing with, maybe you have been trying to resolve them with logic. There was a lot of facts, a lot of figures, but what was missing in this situation was love. Love that sometimes is very hard to explain. So what they're showing me over here is we're taking away analytics, we're taking away rational thinking, and we're bringing in more love. So definitely more love is coming through over here. The time has come for you to start seeing things from a perspective of compassion towards yourself. And I'm going to see where it's going to lead, because this is a very good start. Because already they're showing me that people that might be cruel and harsh towards you at this particular moment, especially if you are in a fight or there's some sort of misunderstanding, it feels like there's a lot of energy of compromise, of compassion, and of love that's coming through. You might be very, very surprised, because for some of you, there's a very specific message that somebody who has been giving you cold shoulder, who has been acting all weird and maybe nasty, and was actually using all of those things as a protective mechanism, because let me say this, they might be in love with you. They might really not know how to cope with their feelings. A fiery climax approaches here. Okay, so the time has come for you to, guys, for you to get some sort of clarity over here. Aquarius energy is coming through, Aries energy is coming through very, very strongly. So let me call in my tarot, my fountain tarot, and get a little bit of a clarification on this particular situation, because you guys are going to get the answers and it's going to surprise you, and the time has come for you to find out, to see things, to be, look at this, yeah, somebody was hiding something from you, but I don't see it as something bad. Rather, it's something that's going to surprise you. See, here they're telling me that somebody is going to approach you with a completely different strategy. And here it's like a new stage in a certain relationship or in a certain situation. Maybe for some of you a situationship. But the good thing is, when we're talking about judgment, we're talking about taking it to the next level. So it's not going to be like, you know, the same cycle that repeats itself over and over and over again. No, this is completely different. This is where an issue actually reaches a resolution, and it's going to be a surprising one, guys, because somebody has deeper feelings for you than they're letting you know, they're letting you see. It could be that they're actively trying to protect themselves from showing you how they truly feel about you, because they're afraid, because they're freaking out, because they're afraid of not being chosen, because loads and loads and loads of things are happening over here. For a lot of you, this particular person that I'm talking about sees you as somebody who is way above them, and they're afraid of their ego getting hurt by you rejecting them. They're afraid of admitting to maybe doing something wrong. But here, honestly, it's time for you guys to hear, you know, that Things are completely different. Things are not what they seem. If there's no contact situation that's happening over here, this person is going to contact you because there's some sort of misunderstanding that needs to be resolved. And it's time for you to know that. It's time for you to feel it. It's time for you to recognize it. Yeah, because there was a lot of misleading information. It honestly feels that, you know, the time has come for you guys to realize that everything that you believed about a particular person, a particular situation, isn't what it truly is. Whatsoever. Some of you could be dealing with Pisces. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Leo energy that's coming through very, very strongly over here. So when we're talking about this particular situation, situationship, relationship, let me see how it's going to turn out. Beautiful. First and foremost, there's communication. Then we have, I'm guessing that's the fiery climax. Oh, I'm not going to go too much into detail, just I don't want the video to get censored. But I mean, you guys can pretty much see that here we're talking about somebody getting very close to you. Yeah. And you making up, and especially if we're talking about somebody long distance, here it's quite interesting because they're showing me, you know, if you're in no contact with somebody who might be somewhere away, they're going to come through. They're going to come and surprise you, maybe earlier than what you were expecting, or maybe you weren't expecting them at all, but they're coming through over here because they have a lot of things to say to you. It's kind of like here they understood that they don't want to be without you. And maybe for you, you already thought that this situation, this person, this relationship was over. You're like, okay, that's it, I'm done. But the thing is, you're not. You're not. Because it does feel like the time has come for you guys to go into a new stage of a relationship with this person. And if we're talking about money over here, we are talking about an offer that's going to come out of nowhere, right? So something that you thought was going to go one way is going to go in a completely different direction. But of course, for the majority of you, this is talking about love. This is talking about somebody being ready to commit, being ready to put in the effort, being ready to give you what it is that you deserve with this Queen of Pentacles. Being ready to confess their true feelings. Maybe for some of you guys, there's proposal. There's a proposal on the cards. For sure. And my dears, if you're completely single here, ready to mingle, there's this energy of just people coming through, being very drawn to your magnetic selves. But for the majority of you, I see, honestly, it's somebody who couldn't make up their damn mind about you, couldn't choose, you know, there's just this energy of this person making things a little bit more difficult than they had to. Maybe wanting to play games over here, but here they're like, okay, I see this strategy isn't working. And here, honestly, guys, you are going to be much more compassionate towards yourselves. Okay. Let me see. The time has come for what else? Anything else that the cards want to add over here? A new romantic cycle begins. Option number one, you're all about love. You're all about love. I'm going to pull out a couple of cards from a different deck, and if that one still talks about love, well, I guess there isn't that much to add, because here it's about love, it's about romance, a little bit about money, a little bit about abundance, but mostly about relationships, mostly about love. But let me say this, if you guys are single, ready to mingle, I just want to open this up a little bit more. A new romantic cycle with... No, for a lot of you, it's somebody who you already know. For some of you, it's a new person, but for a lot of you, it's somebody who you already know. The judgment keeps coming through twice. So this is definitely, you know, a new romantic cycle with somebody who you thought things weren't going to go well with. And, excuse me, this person might be at a little bit of a distance right now. For some of you, it's not a little bit of a distance. And this person is taking their time to think things through, to do a little bit of soul searching at this particular moment. Virgo coming through very strongly. Yeah, see, it's kind of like you're dealing with somebody who doesn't know how to express themselves really well when it comes to love. They tend to play it cool. They tend to act a fool sometimes, maybe joke around, joking as a coping mechanism. But here they're ready to confess, because the truth is they're going to realize that they can't quite be without you. For a lot of you, I'm talking about your soulmate. That soulmate energy. And I am getting a lot of S, A, M as initials. Okay. Let me see what else the time has come for you to know, to experience, to find out, to dive into. Being authentic, love it. Love it. I think that brings us back to the first part of your reading, my darlings, where it's all about authenticity, where it's all about choosing you all of the time. And it's incredibly healing, because it feels like you guys have been working hard on finding your true self, on finding the person who you were always meant to be, unblocking a lot of things. And maybe, like I said at the beginning, you were somebody, or you might still be somebody, who pushes themselves really hard and uses criticism and uses comparison to push yourself forwards. It only pushes you a little bit, but it damages you more in the long term. And here you're adapting a different strategy, where you're choosing to love yourself. And you're going to realize that by loving yourself, by being compassionate with yourself, you get much further than by criticizing yourself or pushing yourself when you simply can't do something. Okay. I'm going to grab another deck and see if there's any advice that the cards have for you at this particular moment. Of course, I had to put it very far away. But let me see what advice the cards have for you at this time. And don't close your heart. See, this card wanted to come through in reverse. So some of you guys might be 37, 38, 29. Those numbers might be important to you, but they're saying don't close your heart to yourself. The garden and the gate, deceit. You're very afraid of loving, of being vulnerable. Because before, you kind of tell yourself, when I was vulnerable and I was trusting people, I was misled. Well, yes. However, now you know better. And loving is always about trust. Loving truly and opening your heart truly is always about that vulnerability. And yes, there's a chance of being misled again, but there's also a chance of not being misled again. So think about not being misled and trust your intuition, because now you can definitely see all of those bright red flags. Oh yes, baby, you can see them now. Right? That just one huge red flag. Now you can see it, and now you can just be like, thanks, no thanks. All right, my darlings, that's what I have for you, my lovely option number 1. Hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. If you're up for a personal read, send me an email. The email's in the description box below. Check out my Patreon page and take care of your fantastic selves now. Bye. My lovely option number 2. Hi, welcome to your reading, guys. Get comfy. As I'm shuffling the cards, say your name out loud or in your head. Helps you connect to the energies of the reading. All right, so the time has come. You're watching this for a reason. Why don't we go ahead and find out what the time has come for? For you to know, for you to find out, for you to experience. A win-win outcome is forecast. Okay, my darlings, so this is a very special shout out for those of you who have been waiting forever and a day when it comes to documents, to decisions, to your visas, to approval of your loans, to approval of you getting something, getting a car, getting a house, getting a lease, establishing your own business, getting that call back from a potential employer, creating your own website, everything that has to do with licenses, official paperwork, all of that stuff is coming up. Okay, the time has come for you to make yourself official, whether it's in a company or in the world or in another location. Here you are being given the permission, the green light to go ahead, right? To go ahead and purchase something, to go ahead and make your life more comfortable, to go ahead and establish something. And yes, it might feel a little bit scary, and yes, it might feel a little bit overwhelming, but my darling, you got it. You got it. Specifically, for some reason, whoever needed to hear that, if you were planning to create a new business in life coaching, create a new business when it comes to law, when it comes to painting, drawing, digital art, 3D, all of those things, the time has come. The time has come for you to move forward with it. Okay? Another very important thing over here, my darlings, if you are going through a very difficult situation, when we're talking about divorce, we're talking about asset separation, management, whatever, you're going to be able to find a compromise. So if you're in a little bit of a tough spot right now, or maybe you are in negotiations with your employer, contractor, clients, whomever, you're going to find a way to compromise. There's a bit of a message that's coming through over here, guys. If you have a job interview coming up, don't be afraid to negotiate your salary and benefits a little bit more, because here, for whatever reason, they're telling me that if you take that risk, it is going to pay off. Okay. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. So it's very interesting. We have Libra that has everything to do with balance. We have the beautiful Pisces over here that are swimming around here in the full moon. Okay, so the kind of saying that the time has come for you to find that balance, where you don't go too much into spirituality and you detach from the world of 3D. You don't go too much into 3D and forget all about the spirit and the needs of your heart, body, mind, soul, and so on and so forth on higher vibrations. So this is very interesting, because they're telling me that quite soon the time has come for you to find something that makes you feel very much balanced. Okay, so for some of you, this could be something along the lines of finding a new meditation technique, a grounding technique, a ritual that works for you, creating sigils, creating a routine where you don't push yourself or you don't follow some sort of I don't know, influencer that don't sleep for the whole night and they wake up pretty and they journal every day and all of this. But you find something that truly works for you, that you can keep up with in like the reality of everyday world. Okay. The energy is gaining momentum. The energy for what is gaining momentum? Hold your vision. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, so once again, look at this. It feels like the time has come, guys, for you to move forwards with your plans. When we're talking about tours, we're talking something that's very grounding. We're talking about something that's very practical. So for a lot of you, I would say that this has to do with property. This has to do with business. This has to do with creating something that you wanted to create, expanding something that you might already have. See, they're saying the time has come for you to hold your vision. The energy is gaining momentum. So if there was a time lately where you felt a little bit discouraged. You felt like, oh, you know what, I don't even know if I want this anymore. I don't even know if it's going to work out. This is too stressful. You know, should I do this business? Should I write this book? Should I open this business that deals with publishing or postcards or whatnot? The answer is absolutely yes. Here they're saying that you will need to go through a little bit of the tedious job of creating something practical. I know we all want to kind of go into it based on our intuition, but here you guys are going to be more practical, and your vision is going to expand. So don't be afraid to dream big, you know. It's time for you where the stars are aligning, everything is aligning in your favor over here. All you have to do is plan and take action, because once again, like I was saying, you're being given the green light over here. Okay. Be bold and make the first move. Okay. So this is interesting because I want to get my romantic tarot over here. For some of you, there's a very specific message to reach out to somebody. Kind of test out the waters. Maybe you're waiting for somebody to make the first move. But I feel like some of you, you're dealing with somebody who's very shy. Yes. Yeah. You're dealing with somebody who's very shy. And somebody who might be a little bit suspicious of everybody that comes around them because of their status. So for some of you, we're talking about reaching out to clients. But for the majority of you, it kind of feels being bold and making the first move as to letting somebody know in a very subtle, playful way that you might be interested in having a coffee with them, or that you have something in common, and maybe leave them some room to invite you to a movie or to a game or to whatnot. So here they're kind of saying like, stop waiting, kind of see, test the waters. Put one pinky in, see, is it warm? Is it warm? If it's not, that's okay, withdraw. But it kind of feels like over here, guys, the time has come for you to take matters into your own hands, but without that that need to control everything. Yeah. Some of you might be dealing Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Sagittarius energy is coming through very strongly. Interesting. Okay, so somebody from the past is going to reach out. Somebody you used to work with. Interesting. They're going to show you interest. They're going to show you interest. Okay. And again, I'm getting a lot of Libra energy. Libra energy, Taurus energy. Okay. So this is very specific. It feels like in the upcoming couple of weeks, 2, 3, maximum 4 weeks, somebody you might have had a fling with or whatever, or you liked, but it just wasn't the right timing, is going to be either passing by, and you might see it through social media or hear it through the, what is it called, grapevine? Somebody's going to tell you something. Either way, you're going to find out. And they're saying that you might want to reach out to this person. Clear some stuff up there. Maybe a little bit of pain, but there's this need to clear things up. Why is it important? Because it was kind of preventing you from moving forwards. Interesting. There might be a passionate reunion over here. That's all I'm going to say. The card speaks for itself, especially that little image over here. I hope you can see it. But it's time for you to resolve this issue, because it kind of feels like it's preventing you from moving forwards when it comes to your love life. In the particular situation with a particular person, it's preventing you from moving forward. So get your closure, my darlings. Get your closure. Get your closure and end that story already on a good note, you know? On a good note. Okay, let me grab a different deck to see what it has to say. The time has come. The time has come for what? Talk to us. This fantastic oracle deck. Gorgeous. Can't remember what it's. Oh, I think it's the spell cards. The spell cards oracle. But I just love the imagery. All right, best possible decision. Okay, so here what they're saying is, I know a lot of my readings, they're like deep and they're about like life purpose and loads of other things, but this one just says, listen, this is going to be very specific for somebody. Stop doubting the way that you look and stop doubting wanting to make change. The time has come for you to cut your hair, dye your hair, get extensions, get whatever it is that you wanted to get, change your style, change the way that you present yourself to the world. So I don't know, you might be just like me, you know, where I'm constantly like bugging everybody. Should I cut my hair? Should I have a long bob? Should I leave them? Should I do this? Should I do that? But they're kind of saying like, you're going to be beautiful regardless, you're going to look good regardless. So if you do want to change something, the time has come for you to try it out and stop giving yourself and others a hard time about it. Oh, I just love how lighthearted and beautiful this message is. All right, let me see if there's something else that they want to add. Creativity. Okay, so yeah, so they're kind of saying like it's time for you to get creative with the way that you look, creative with the way that you present yourself to the world, and creative with because creativity and the best possible decision and us being okay with our decisions, it gives us the confidence. I mean, even if you cut your hair and it doesn't look very good, there's always a way to style it. There's always a way to try something different. There's always a way of still doing something, learning to do something, even if you're not sure. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But again, your beauty isn't in your hair, your beauty isn't in your looks, your beauty is in your energy, in your heart, in the way that you treat people, the way that you treat yourself, and so on and so forth. And beauty is always in the eye of the beholder. So always see yourself as beautiful, you know? We all get those bad haircuts, but and we all have the tears of regret at one point or another in our life, but it shouldn't stop you from wanting to experiment, you know, because sometimes a good haircut can make you feel inspired. I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, my lovely option number 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Thanks so much for watching. If you're up for a personal read, send me an email. The email's in the description box below the video. Of course, do check my Patreon page out as well. And take care of your beautiful selves. Bye. My lovely option number 3. Hi, and welcome to your reading, darlings. Get comfy as I'm shuffling the cards, because we're going to find out. The time has come. The time has come for what? For whom? For what experience? For what knowledge? For what chapter of your life? You guys ready? Let's go ahead and take a look. The energy is gaining momentum. Okay, guys, the time has come for things to start speeding up. I feel like a lot of you have been feeling stuck, okay? And you haven't been seeing a lot of progress that you have been making, and you might have been thinking, okay, have I been making progress? Where are all my manifestations? Where's my love? Where's my money? Where's my peace of mind? A lot of things have been happening for you behind the scenes. And now, very, very soon, my darlings, you are about to see the manifestation manifest. Manifestingly manifest. Okay, don't let pride get in your way, and your commitment is being tested. Okay, this is very interesting. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be completely honest with you, as I always am in my readings. I don't like to sugarcoat things. Here, you are going to call yourself out on your self-sabotage, okay? For a lot of you, the time has come for you to see that the universe is ready for you. But are you ready to take the next step? Are you ready to let go of that lack mentality, of that trauma bond? Are you ready to actually guilt-free step into a life that you could have? And you know, it takes a very mature, grown, and aware person to call them out on their own BS. And I feel that you're reaching that stage where you're like, yes, you know what? I can't blame this on anybody. I have to take my responsibility for whatever it is that was happening and what wasn't happening. And this is amazing because they're showing me like a level of maturity that a lot of people never really reach, regardless of their age. But you've done your healing. You have done that work that you needed to become very self-aware. And this is gorgeous because, like I said, the universe would be like, all right, baby, here's your present. Here's your gift. Now, are you going to unwrap it? Are you going to accept it? But it looks like you are. It looks like you are. And for a lot of you here, I'm talking about the time has come, my darlings, to become wealthy, to become prosperous, to stop creating blocks for yourself, because here prosperity lies ahead. It's time for you to be wealthy. It's time for you to live a better life. It's time for you to move to a different location, to experience eating at very nice restaurants, going to very nice hotels, treating yourself, treating your loved ones. Oh yes. Oh yes. It will involve you taking risks. It will involve you having to take responsibility for your actions. I know I'm being a little bit preachy, but once again, I feel like I'm dealing over here, you know, with some very mature individuals, very self-aware. Yeah, it's time to release negativity because it kind of feels like, you know, with that Scorpio tail, it's kind of like you've been stinging yourself. And now you're like, okay, that's it, no more excuses. No more excuses. Love it. Love it. Conclusions are within reach. Okay, so the time has come for you guys to see a better way out of something, like I said. So a lot of things have been manifesting. A lot of things are going to be presented to you. Whether you take them or not is going to be up to you. But there's also, it's time for you to see a solution to an issue that gets you out of a particular maze. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's your life purpose, whether it's whatever. But conclusions are going to be very, very close. I'm going to say this again, completely honestly. For some of you, you'll be like, oh my God, I didn't know that I could do it that way. For some of you, the truth is going to piss you off momentarily, but then it sets you free. The conclusions, they're telling me, are going to be much, much easier and much more obvious than what you have been creating. Because here, like in the energy of the Four of Cups, where a person is presented with the cup, you're actually going to take it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it really quickly over here. But a lot of you know what I'm talking about, the imagery on the Four of Cups. Yeah, I think it might take me a little while to look for it. But I do want to show it. I do want to show it to you guys so that you can get the image into your head. Of course, it has to be somewhere at the end of the deck. And of course, I spent all this time looking for it and not being able to find it. But you know what I mean. It's like literally you guys are going to start taking the offers, the opportunities that life has to offer to you, that the universe has to offer to you. Can't find it for the love of me. Where is it? No, it's the third card all along. Yeah? Where you're kind of sitting there and you're looking down at the ground and you're not noticing the opportunities, and now you're going to look up. You'll be like, okay, I see it. So your conclusion is very much within reach. Very much within reach. Okay, good stuff. Let's see what else. Yeah, see, it's this energy where currently you might not have the practical plan and you might think that, nothing will come of this situation. Again, it feels like a lot of you have lost faith over here. Faith in yourselves, faith in the universe, faith in finding love, faith in finding prosperity. But hold your vision. Hold your vision, my darling. You're good enough. A lot of you, you're questioning whether you're good enough. A lot of you questioning if you've done something wrong in past, present, or future life in order to deserve what it is that's happening to you right now. The answer is no. No. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. But it shouldn't stop you from believing that you deserve only the best. It shouldn't be a block that blocks you from success, from happiness, from abundance. And the time has come for you to see that there are people who absolutely love you, who absolutely adore you. Because here I'm getting recognition. Now, for some of you, I could be talking right now whether you have your own YouTube channel or your website or your business, and it's not going as well as you might have planned. Maybe your dreams of relocation aren't exactly going according to plan, but here, you get out of your own way. And maybe you start a little bit smaller. Maybe you start with a little bit less than what you wanted. But you see, once you start showing the world the real you get recognition, you get praise, you get popularity, you get followers, people who follow you, people who look up to you, people who have a lot of respect for you. So this is definitely is coming through where you get your recognition, you get your reward, you get your following, you get your money, you get a lot of things. And for a lot of you, I'm seeing that, that it's time for you to see that it could be much, much easier than what you have envisioned, than what you have imagined. Let me see what else. That peace of mind. It's time for you to create a peace of mind. For a lot of you, you're going to be tempted to work with fire, or you're already somebody who has a lot of fire element in them. And honestly, things like meditating while looking at the burning fire are going to help you very, very strongly over here. A lot of you guys could be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And it kind of feels that sometimes pride was getting in your way, but you're going to get a lot more divine guidance, right? So if before maybe you weren't ready to listen or you weren't ready to accept the advice, it was kind of going against your own plan you might have had in your head, the time has come for you to see and to follow that divine guidance. Because here once more they keep talking about a new chapter. It's funny how I mentioned the new chapter at the beginning of your reading. And here they're saying you're going into a new chapter, my darlings. It has a lot to do with your imagination, a lot to do with your creativity and making the best possible decision. So the kind of thing like use your imagination over here. It's time for you to get creative. You're very protected, very protected. So if you're worried about other people's envy, jealousy, other people's trying to get in your way, don't, because here you are protected absolutely from all sides. And once more, prosperity keeps coming through, guys. Option number 3. You are going to be somebody who's very, very wealthy, very well off. There's no way about it. And it could be, honestly, guys, that you have been kind of holding yourself back because you're afraid of everything that wealth and prosperity might bring. Like I said, people getting jealous, people getting envious, you not knowing whether people are with you for the right reasons. But that's okay. That's okay not to know. That's okay to doubt. You're already wise enough to know whether somebody is with you because you can do something or for them or buy something for them, or because they truly want to be with you. And I keep hearing started from the bottom, now we're here. Some of you might want to go into beauty business. You might already be in beauty business, nails, hair salon, holistic remedies, things like this. And it's time for you guys, for a lot of you, to relocate to a safer place, a safer area, to maybe open up your business in a safer neighborhood, and to create that stability, because once more prosperity is going to be coming your way. It's time. The time has come. All right, my lovely option number 3. That's what I have for you. Hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. If you're up for a personal read, do send me an email. The email's in the description box below the video. Do check my Patreon page out with over 130 exclusive videos and additional discounts on personal readings. And of course, as usual, don't forget to take care of your fantastic selves. Bye now.